Hi, I'm Jacques Pépin and I'm cooking at home. I love to do fritters. Apple fritter, vegetable fritter, you name it, even meat leftover too. I'll show you a very easy one here. I have half a cup of flour and a quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder and sparkling water. In that case, I'm taking any sparkling water like this, the same amount than the flour. I put about half of it in there. Mix it a little more. Mix it. Now the rest of it. Actually, you see how thin it is. Could be a bit thinner than that, so a little more sparkling water. And in that case, we're going to do corn. And I have frozen corn here. Put them directly in there, but you could do apple. Slice or dice apple in there. And that's it. You would do this. You mix it in there. I have oil here. Oil should be hot. And, you can use vegetable oil or olive oil. About, a quarter of a cup here, as you can see. I will do with that half a cup of flour, quite a lot of those. I have a large skillet here. Okay. Like fry beautifully, you can see the edge now, which are getting crunchy. So that will take, I would say, a good 3 minutes on each side. You can see the bubble on top here and the side, and I can see that it's brown. I would say it was at least 4 minutes. Sometimes they glue together a little bit, so separate them like this. Okay. And when they're nice and crisp, always better to do them at the last moment, frankly. But if you do them ahead, you can reheat them in the oven. Make sure that when you do them ahead, you put them on a wire rack like that better. It's a mistake people do very often when they fry something and there is fat. They put it on a plate with a paper towel to absorb. Well, what happens? The whole bottom gets soggy. I learned that from the Korean. South Korean does a lot of frying like that on a wire rack, so the hair goes underneath, so it doesn't get soggy underneath. Probably a dash of salt on top of that, and it's a great garnish with meat, fish, to all by itself. Terrific. So it's about now, you can see most of the oil, most of it has been absorbed, and I would say that I had about, close to a quarter. Let's see the other side. You see it's brown. Doesn't brown exactly the same way than on the top. But that's it. But when you see the tiny hole around, that indicates that it's going to be very crispy. So here it goes on this. And as you can see here, half a cup of flour, a cup of corn, and half a cup of, a little more than about 2/3 of a cup of water. And that's what I add here. I'm dying to taste it, but it's hot. Nice and crispy. Don't forget the salt. I didn't put salt on top. You could put a bit of salt in the batter too. And this is it. Happy cooking.